Man, where's Adrian? He's running late. He's always late. Adrian, when are we gonna do a movie review? Oh man,
Hey Eric, I got some good news and I got some bad news.
it's bad news.
The bad news is Adrian got dragged away by some aliens with the space beam into space.
What is lying? He left me in the cage.
What?
That's definitely not Adrian talking in the cage because I left him in there. He's definitely taken by aliens up into space.
What's
The
again?
good news is that I can do the remote review with you.
Okay. This is.
It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. Check the clock for a clock. Forget that. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Gonzalez Bros Entertainment. You are watching Time Warp Tuesday, and today, what day is it today, Eric?
The 4th of July.
And what movie are we reviewing?
Independence Day.
Independence Day. This was a perfect day of time warping and movies and dates and holidays and reviews. So we're going to go back and review a movie that some might think it's a classic. And so Eric, tell us your overall thoughts about the movie.
I actually had a fun time watching this film. I thought they did well setting up the scenes and the characters and the plot.
I have to agree with Eric. Me watching this movie again, I really enjoyed how they set up the drama and the whole alien approach, and we got to know a little bit about the characters before we actually got to all the destruction. So by the time we got to the destruction, there was like a little bit of stakes because we actually got to know the characters. It wasn't like a quick destruction from the outset, and I really enjoyed that more so now than I did when I first saw this movie when I was a kid. Is there any other positives you want to talk about? I know one specifically that I want to talk about, but you got anything else before I jump in?
I like the first attack. That was had to be like the best scene. The attack in the beginning where the alien shot down the beam and then the explosion went on and then it was spreading.
That's definitely. And to go off of your point, I really enjoyed the end. I forget in which city it was taking place, but the dog leaping through all the debris and barely making it, that whole drama build up. Is this dog going to make it? Is this dog not going to make it?
Is this going to be Old Yeller? What was that?
That was Mouse. We
Oh.
got to call them Mouse people. It was pretty awesome to watch, and I think you enjoyed that scene as well. No, did you think the dog was going to make it or not?
No, I thought it was going to be like Old Yeller.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go the way of Old Yeller. Spoiler alert. By the way, this movie's been out for 20 years, so we are talking spoilers. Sorry we didn't mention that from the outset. But hey, it's a 2-decade-old movie. So, is there any negatives for you?
I can't really think of any negatives, but it's just that some scenes it didn't really it was kind of some lines felt a little on the outside, or just some when they're in doing surgery on the alien, and when they're attacking it didn't really felt too real.
It felt almost like it was
Like, it was
comical.
yeah.
Eric was giggling over here. We're supposed to be, at the time, I guess, we thought it was like a big dramatic scene. Eric's over here next to me.
Yeah, but then when he used that scientist, Dr. Oaken, as a puppet, that's where it got a little dark.
Yeah, that was a little scary. For the most part, it's that scene Eric mentioned. It was a little hokey now, 20 years later. It wasn't scary at all. Where he's chasing him around like he's like some kind of zombie just shuffling around. And the other thing, a couple of lines here and there, specifically with Will Smith, it almost felt like he was a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air again. And that was kind of, It's not a big negative. It's a minor thing. I really didn't have a lot of negative things to do with this movie. Maybe it's a little bit too long. We could have chopped it a little bit here and there and cut it down to maybe 2:15 as opposed to 2:25. But other than that, I don't really have any negatives, except for a few lines here and there in that scene Eric talked about.
So it's nothing with the actual film, it's kind of with how long the film is.
How long the film was, and a couple of lines here and there that I thought were a bit dated. You can tell they were done in 1996. People wouldn't necessarily say something like that now.
I also liked when Will Smith his character went to the shuttle and then attacked it was roast talking the alien about him taking him down, and then he punched him and he said, "Welcome to Earth."
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Also, we cannot say positives. I know we got into negatives right now. We cannot positively talk about this movie without talking about possibly the greatest presidential speech in film history. What did you think about that speech by President Whitmore?
it really did brighten up the film. I like that speech. It really made me feel like that this was how for the 4th of July was actually made an actual history.
So I really enjoyed that speech. That's one of the best speeches probably in presidential history. And it just really gets you. And still 20 years later, I think it's still pretty dang cool. So, Eric, any other negatives you want to talk about before we wrap this up?
Those were kind of my main negatives.
And positives. We mixed them all in there at once.
It seemed, I'm sure back then it would seem kind of scary, but I didn't exist back then, so.
Yeah. Okay, as far as negative, like I said, it's just that I don't really have too much to nitpick. This movie is still pretty fun, and I think I like it more now than I did when I was a kid. So, Eric, why don't we go ahead and give this one a rating from 1 to 100?
I'm going to have to give it 92 aliens.
Wow, we are very close to we are very similar to our rating. I'm going to have to give it a 90 alien beams coming down and destroying Earth.
I'll give it a 91 alien.
Eric, you gotta calm the exterminators. That mouse, he's really getting bossy. Anyway, I'm gonna give it a 90. Eric gives it a 92. So overall, we really enjoyed this film. You should go back and check it out and let us know what you think. Like, subscribe, tell us about the movie, that you love it, that you hate it. We liked it, obviously. Tell your butcher, tell your pool man, tell your mailman, tell your
Ned Flanders.
And we'll be seeing you guys
next
later.
time. Bye.